That is, the doctor must write Mecca with a ta'a in the answer, and write Mecca with a ha, and write, for example, al-mukrama, and make it with an alif and lam, and make it from the letter alif and lam. What does he mean? That he expects the answer that the student might write. He lists all the possibilities and says, I have 10 possibilities. The student can write any one of them. You must write the 10 possibilities. He can write Al-Madina Al-Munawwara. He can write Al-Madina with the definite article, Madina, but without the definite article. Al-Madina with the tamarbuta, Al-Madina with the ha. A city therefore connected to the letter ha, meaning I am here. I hope that things are clear, that you write the answers, the possible answers, so that you can cover almost all the possible answers that students might write and get the grade for them as well. We will explain this in another session of the tests. God willing, for example.
It finits head.
Please ensure that everything is absolutely clear, Madam Doctor. Clear. Partial date. Yes, Doctor. 1,000 thanks. In general, God willing, we will find a solution for it. God willing, this question exists, and there is no problem with it. But I specifically want to see the part of controlling the audio clip so that it plays once or twice repeatedly. We will see for it, God willing. We will try to find a solution for it, God willing. But so far, through my experience in the Blackboard last year, it does not exist. I mean, she is not here. God is the helper. God willing, we will find a solution. Okay, got it?
The problem is time. Just make the question time 1 minute, 2 minutes, that's it.
The problem is that Blackboard does not actually set a time for the question, but rather sets a time for the test as a whole.
I remember your situation in the doctorate day like you were asking questions 2 years ago during the Corona days. I could have set a specific time for the question. No, there's nothing in the question. No, because the question commits one at a time, one question at a time.
No, there is a difference between, no, you are talking about the appearance of the questions, the way the questions appear. This is not the time for questions. What do you mean? I mean, I will answer them for you.
Every time, timing for the questions.
Questions? No, you're talking about the format of the questions. I mean, to be precise, I'm going to create a question right now, for example. The question is, I want a simple question, true or false, not honesty, not yes, true or false, hot. Okay, and I will do this question. We'll write true or false here. I mean, anything, we will write it and then the answer is correct, and then I will say send. I have now created two questions. I have two questions, and then I will say okay. And then I will say send. What you are talking about, which is this part, which is all at once, so that it appears if you share the screen. But the screen is busy. Okay, we will share the screen. Now, what you mean is that everything shows up simultaneously. One screen versus 30 questions appearing sequentially. All the questions show up on one screen, with one screen for the first question. The student solves it, then click next. The second question appears. They solve it, click next again for the third question. You can set no backtracking when they finish the first question and click next. To the second, they can't return to the first. No, you've solved the second question. They click next to proceed to the third question. So the second question appears and they solve it. After that, they click next and the third question shows up. So each question appears on a separate screen. Also, you can set something called no backtracking, meaning when they finish the first question and click next to go to the second question, they can't go back to the first question. It will say, no, you've already solved the second question. Got it. Then I click next and move on to the third question that follows. That's it. Okay? Then I click next and go to the third question that follows. That's it. Because once you reach the third question, you can't go back to the second or the first. That's what's available on Blackboard.
This is great for listening questions. This method is excellent for listening questions. As for the second questions, like for example business, won't help you anymore.
And there's also a bit of an arrangement for the questions, 30 questions. The 30th question appears for one student, and for another student, the same question might be number 19. Randomizing the questions also reduces cheating a bit among the students, you know. This is the part, but setting a time for each question is really not available in Blackboard. I've been working with the testing system for years, and it's just not there. What's available is that you set a temporary time. This is the time for the test. So you set this test for 60 minutes. The student has 60 minutes for the test, or they have 40 minutes for the test. That's the total time for the test. And you also do something called start. You click on start so that after 40 minutes, in just 1 second, if the student hasn't submitted the test, the system automatically submits it for them. It locks the test for the student, meaning it saves all the answers the student has provided and closes the test. This automatic submission part is very important. Translator for the channel, I focus on avoiding audio repetition, missing on Blackboard. Let's see if any exam parts are important. Check the admin's program for courses, join these courses to benefit, gain info and attendance certificates. If new on Blackboard, I'll note and check. I will come back to you again and see if any of these tests are really important. I also advise you to take part in the Deanship program. The courses offered by the administration, please try to participate in these courses so you can benefit from them, God willing. You'll gain information and also receive attendance certificates for these courses, God willing. So please make sure to participate in them. Also, if there's anything new on Blackboard, I can note it down and look for it if there's anything new. Okay, can the audio continue? Because I feel like the audio might not be reaching anyone.
Thank you, Doctor. I'm with you, Doctor. Almost all the questions you've asked regarding us. Preparing the questions, setting the questions, and creating and uploading audio files.
All right, thank God. These are also good things. We said we can benefit together in this part, thank God.
All right, the important question, the questions or the type of questions. All right, the deanship is the one who tells us what kind of questions we need. Is the American department the one that tells us there must be certain questions?
Preferably, the exam duration, number, and types of questions come from the department. The administration wants us to study in synchronous sessions and conduct exams asynchronously. All right, announcements are good, discussions, or forums like these. If there's anything new, you're in the WhatsApp group for diploma professors and will be notified. Dr. Mohammed Jaber is with us in the administration, and God willing, he will be there. No one is left out, Doctor. It will surely be established, as I'm accustomed to it every semester. So it will happen, and I hope you're there, God willing. Excellent, thank you. All right, let me clarify. There are no new questions. Dr. Khaled, any questions? No, there's no question. The group is there, the professor's group, and we can send the Zoom link to Dr. Rashid and Dr. Hamaidan. It will definitely be established, God willing. I mean, it has to be established. I'm used to it being established every semester, so it will definitely happen, and I hope you all will be there, God willing. Excellent, thank you very much. All right, let me clarify for you. There are no new questions, right, Dr. Khaled? No, there's no question, but the group is there, the professor's group, and we can send the link for the Zoom meeting to Dr. Rashid and Dr. Hamaidan. Zoom meeting Dr. Rashid and Dr. Hamaidan.